Okay, Mission Bay Yacht Club All Girls Regatta. We got the ABC1 senior fleet there. Windward mark right up there. The snipes are coming down. We're going to the white buoy up there. Port tack is closer. Here comes our fleet.
To the line. Let's go.
A lot of information this morning for the girls. We got 9969 Maddie doing her, I think, third regatta, and Bella in 9983 have done a few regattas as well. They got 1 minute to go. You notice the P flag went down at 1 minute. Here's Bella. They're probably still just figuring out the time sequence. We've been doing whistle signals our whole life, and now we're on a watch system for the first time. Right now we should ease out the main and head up to get those telltales to fly. There we go. Nice job avoiding the collision there. Their start's going to go any second here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So 0302 had a great start. Maddie tacking in the last 10 seconds. Okay. Should go down right now and accelerate. Bella, good job right in there. I would say the main could probably, if you looked at the top batten above your numbers, you would see that maybe just a little loose on that sail. Good job. Our girls, decent starts.
There you go. Now you're gonna get
needed a little more speed, but look at them on the left, just flying over here. They're in clear air pretty much. Actually, Maddie's probably getting a little bad air off these snipes, but Bella out there in the corner is just trucking in total clear air. Okay, there she is, 9983 in there. She's actually gained up into right behind the ABC1 fleet. And this is going to be good because she has some good sailors in front of her. Some senior Sabbath sailors have been sailing these boats for 50 or 60 years, some of them. So you get to copy. That's the good thing about getting up in the higher fleets, is then you get faster because you're against people that you're trying to catch all the time. Okay, so the thing we learned on the first upwind of the first race at All Girls is when the boat feels slow upwind, you immediately get your eyes onto your sail and onto your telltales. They're talking to you. The telltales are telling you what to do. You just got to decipher it. Okay, this is the A and B fleet group, and let's start looking at boom heights. You'll see her boom where the mainsail trim is. She's about a foot from 2 blocked. And she's pinching to get around another boat here, but that looks really good. Trims in. The other boat to windward of her is over trimmed on the main. Do you notice that her boom is pulled way harder down? The overbend wrinkle's telling her the sail's out of shape a little, but she's not going that slow. Well, everything that happens this regatta is a big learning experience. She's just rounded a buoy with a snipe and a senior sailor, so she's just getting around cleanly, winning her fleet by a long way. Here's second right here. Very good sailor from Mission Bay. And then here's next, and here is Maddie right here. So what Maddie should do right now is actually look at these boats for a couple of seconds and figure out port tack close hauled is. So she should be looking at Bella and the snipe and that boat and figuring out what tack is port tack close hauled, what's the angle, so that she can just get into what we call a ballpark angle right away. Any seconds we spend reaching are lost distance to the next windward mark. Actually, we are going to the finish. See how that snipe came around and doing port tack and close haul. Okay, here comes Maddie. Nice work. Rounding fourth in her fleet. Not bad. Port tack close hauled right here. She looks really good. A little over trimmed on 8380.
There you go.
7634, a little under trimmed. Maddie just about right. So they're a little better. Maddie maybe a little inch under trimmed.
All right, start thinking
keep
about
going,
trimming
girl.
here.
Keep going. When other boats tack, just keep going. Looks very good. Maybe next race, for race 2, we're going to go an inch tighter on the main sheet and sit a little further forward. Leeward looked great. We have lost some distance here. That's okay. We crossed that starboard tacker. Very nice work. And we you're right with Paige. I think Paige won the last C3 regatta. I think she's essentially right with her. Okay, race 2. That's the A, B, and C ones up there. The pin was favored by a long way. It's very hard to lay. So you guys see that P flag go down? That means 1 minute to go before the start. This is the first time the girls have had to use a watch for their starting. Okay, so both Maddie and Bella should be coming back on starboard tack right now. Considering the fleet ahead of us, almost everybody who did well started down this end. You have to watch the fleets ahead of you and see who the winners are. And not that that's going to work 100% of the time, but it's usually a very good indicator of where you're going to be. Okay, much better job this time by Maddie, not reaching down the line too much, holding position. They are late. They should be getting going. Our goals for Maddie this race are to, for both of them, are to look at the sail upwind anytime the boat feels slow. Read the telltales. They're talking to you all the time. And sail your boat. Number 2 for Maddie is an inch tighter on the main sheet upwind than last race. She's just got the boom out, so she's on a reach. If your mainsail's way too loose upwind or a little bit too loose, it means you're reaching now. You're not on a close hauled course.
Oh, out of the water. Oh, she's swimming.
Okay, so I can tell Maddie's much tighter on the main sheet this race because I can see those overbend wrinkles now. That's good. I think you're going better this race already with just a little more main sheet tension. Bella did sail underneath the other fleets a little bit. If she'd have just gone a little further left, she could have come out a little clearer, but it doesn't really matter because I think she's in first. Anyway, it's very close to the top 3. Wow, this looks really good. The second, third, and fourth just to leeward of Maddie there. 8380 is just behind Maddie. Here comes a green boat on starboard, so this is a tight race. Her sail looks much better this race with it trimmed tighter. Okay, and Bella looks great up there. Okay, very nice job, Bella. You've rounded first in this C2, C3 fleet twice now. You got 10172 right there, so your goal right now is perfectly try to just stay just to windward like you are so that she doesn't block your wind. It's very likely she's going to be able to hang there all the way downwind and around you, but you just stay close with her. You can pass her upwind. Very good. Maddie was much better this time, much closer to the fleet, right on the tail of everybody. Race 2, she definitely felt better upwind with that little bit of tighter trim. She looks good right now. We had to put the vang on a little now. The pressure in the wind has increased a little. Had to put the vang on a little bit. Here comes Bella, gonna round second like we thought. It's very hard to stay in first when you have somebody round right on your tail.
All right, now trim in. Now pull it in.
Very good, Bella. Rounding second, and now you just got to try to get on the wind and pass her and take first. Our goal for Bella this upwind leg was to, if the boat feels slow, make sure you're on your telltales. Right now they are not on the wind. Unfortunately, the green boat and Bella have gone off onto a reach, and now they're 4th or 5th. There they go. They finally came up. So the rule at the leeward mark is to come around the leeward mark and to do a check luff to make sure that we're on the wind. So we just rounded. We went from first at the windward mark to 5th in this race, just because you see these two boats that came around and went close hauled. First and second went on a reach. Okay, 0302 was in second. There's Bella out there, 9983, winning the race. These boats to our left, right over here, are actually in the fleet ahead of her. So again, she's sailing outstanding and moving up into the ABC1 senior fleet. Maddie, main overbend wrinkles over there. That main looks perfect. She's moved up as well. She is just flying in there. Beauty. Nice. Okay, we didn't cover race 3. And I watched it from afar, and you did a lot of good things. Check luffs after the leeward mark. You kept your speed moving better throughout the race. Now this is race 4 of the all-girls regatta. And Maddie, you've got a nice clear lane through here. Bella's out straight ahead of you there. This trim, you can't go any tighter than this because it starts to close. See how the boat to leeward's leech is too open? Yours is a little too closed, but their leech is too open. So if you eased an inch and she there you go, your sail's perfect there. Big strength of today for you, Maddie, was you were one of the first people to get on the rail and you're very comfortable. Keys to sailing a Sabot in anything more than 7 knots is tacking, getting on the rail, staying on the rail. The boat will go its fastest. Okay, you're now getting into bad air there. We're learning about that today. You need to tack out of there. There's Bella up there on port tack, and she is already entering close to the fleet ahead of her. So she is a long way ahead in this race. She ain't losing this one.
How are you?
There's Maddie right here with the main, really nice. If she pulls the main any harder, she gets those big overbend wrinkles. She doesn't want to do that. She probably wants a tiny overbend wrinkle when she's slow and a slightly bigger overbend wrinkle by trimming the main in an inch or two when she's fast. As soon as we slow down, we look at the sail, and if it's luffing, we go down a little and we ease an inch after we go down to
Give me like a minute here.
reduce the overbend wrinkle. When we get going fast, we actually click the main sheet in a tiny bit. You look really good here, girl. You're gonna round 3rd, maybe 4th. Okay, Bella in 1st. That boat in the that's a fleet. That woman in 0026 is in the fleet ahead of her. 3 minutes ahead of her, so she did a good upwind. Nice job, Maddie. Super good. Okay, this is the last race. This is the ABC1 senior fleet. This girl just port tacked the fleet. You see she was, oh, nice tack. Very nice tack. You can see she's on her bottom, right against the edge, sitting low. Okay, we got to get comfortable in that position. This girl too, she's in really good position here. That main's over trimmed. The wrinkle's a little too big, so maybe ease the outhaul a 1/2 inch, tiny bit maybe, and then a tiny bit less main sheet on that boat. But otherwise, she looks pretty good. Okay, our fleet is gonna be starting in the 2 minutes to go for this next start. Last race of the day. We're just going a little too close to the wind. Okay, good. Nice tack. Last video of Bella for Saturday All-Girls Regatta. Great job. She raced C2, C3 fleet. This boat in the fleet, that boat next to her is in the fleet ahead of her. So she is winning her fleet on the 4th race and now on the 5th race. And finish line's right here. 2nd place is actually way back there behind her. In a white boat back there. Now we're in a little bit of bad air from the Club 420s. So again, the thing we learned about this weekend is when we don't feel fast, the first thing we do is look up at the luff of our sail there. Right now your telltales are telling you to go down a little bit. Down a little bit. And here we go. Little roll tack. Nice clear air now. Yep, now you got a starboard tacker coming at you. Looks like you're crossing. Good job. 2 bullets to end the regatta against C2 fleet, and you're in the C3.
What's up, Carlin?
Okay, very good, Maddie. First all-girls regatta this year. These are really her first real 5 races that she's done outside of Coronado Yacht Club, just because the other regattas she's attended, the 2 events have been extremely windy and had to be canceled. So very good job this weekend, and get ready for summer sailing.